Hello, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be representing Stravito for the Insights Tech Showcase. My name is Brandon Beacon. I'm also with my colleague Tanya Pullman, and ultimately we have one aim for today, and that's to help you and your companies leverage more insights. And so, wanted to, if it's an Insights Tech Showcase, it wouldn't be one if there wasn't some insights shared here at the beginning. So, wanted to just see these seem to not relate necessarily 10% and 65 million, but based on Forrester's calculations, this is really an important statistic for all of you in the insights market research world because a 10% increase in data access is estimated to result in a $65 million increase in revenue for a typical Fortune 1000 company. And combined with the fact that in today's economy, more and more companies are really required to incorporate and leverage insights into every decision as part of a customer-centric strategy. It's important that you have a platform and a knowledge management system that allows you to do that. This really was a problem that our founders saw prior to starting Stravito, which was after running a global market research agency for about 15 years, they saw consistently that their clients would receive the research that they had commissioned from their team, yet wouldn't know how to leverage it because they actually couldn't even find it in their databases. A lot of times there was a SharePoint system or other platform that really just wasn't creating an ease of access for those results and those reports to be incorporated into decision making. So from that was born Stravito, and really, like any financial asset, you expect a good yield and return on. These were some of the areas that the market research and insights teams were seeing problems with that yield, and it was mostly around way too long to find the content. Also, a lot of duplicated effort. So one team had done research, but the other team wasn't aware of that, or just traditional organizational memory loss of people leaving the company. And when they left, so did those insights go with it. So ultimately, Stravito allows you to simplify the process of finding knowledge, insights, and research and incorporating that throughout your company. In addition to that problem with data access and findability, the other main problem that we saw before starting the company was that the technology that's in place for a repository and knowledge management system is only as good as its adoption and ongoing engagement. So it does no good to pile a bunch of data and insights into a platform only for people not to use it on an ongoing basis and for it not to be highly relevant to their role or to their region at the company. So the approach we take at Stravito and what a lot of our customers you can see here have seen is that they failed to get usage and adoption of insights because they failed to get adoption of the platforms that were in place. So the approach we've taken is in your personal life, you probably today, before you got on the webinar, were going through a Google search, or maybe you watched a Netflix show, perhaps you were in your Spotify playlist, and the commonality of all of them are very easy to use. They don't require ongoing training or manuals. It's just simply typing in a word or a keyword and you find what you're looking for, as well as the personalization of recommended content, things that you may not have even known to search for, but are highly relevant to what you're looking to do. And so as Tanya will bring to life a bit of the capabilities, I did want to share a few things that our customers find really important for that adoption and leveraging more insights in their companies. And that starts with the simplicity that as companies shift from the gatekeeper mentality of the insights team is always outmatched by requests coming in and people needing to respond to insights for decision making, as that shifts to more of an enterprise access of no matter where you're at in the company, you can quickly come in, find what you're looking for, and move on with that decision. So everything when you come into the platform is highly personalized and relevant. We have SSO integrations to ensure that all the attributes of your role transfer back to what you're looking for. And then as you roll it out to a larger audience, there's not a bunch of ongoing training sessions and power users that have to be up to speed. The other thing we hear often is people like you in the insight world are really frustrated with the manual aspects of how do you correctly tag something? How do you make sure that if I search in a different way than somebody else at the company, that we're still finding the same research? So the AI and the machine learning that's very popular in the kind of the marketing speak on the back end is powering auto tagging, auto uploading, and making sure that you don't have to spend that time. You can find more of the time on leveraging your insights versus having to tag and find them. Additionally, each company has acronyms and slogans and jargon that they use, and those are all accounted for in the filtering and categorization. Search is really great until it doesn't work for you. And so we take a lot of focus in our platform to ensure that just like you search in Google, you don't always know the exact word that you're looking for or the lyric or the recipe. But if you just type in a few words, it'll automatically suggest things and ensure that you're getting the best match. So you're neither overwhelmed by search results with too much noise or underwhelmed by them by not finding what you're looking for. In addition to the internal document, a lot of our customers have PDFs, PowerPoints, and Word documents. There's also a growing need for the integration to third-party sources. So enterprise subscriptions to third-party data for data visualization tools, as well as RSS feeds, keeping up with the market, keeping up with your competitors. Those are all able to be integrated for one source of information across the enterprise. And now once you find the insight, of course, the whole year is to leverage more of those insights across the company. And so there's a really important component of both finding those data points, but also sending those out to different people through newsletters. I mentioned earlier about the personalized content recommendations. So the AI system will recognize what you've been searching for and what your particular region or market is, and automatically suggest content as it comes into the platform. And then once your research is found or your insight is found, you can also share it with existing platforms that you might have in place today at your company, like Microsoft, like Slack, and like Facebook Marketplace. Ultimately, technology is just a tool. It must have something accompanying it. And in our case, the support and research expertise that we have is really critical for your success. So being able to come in from the beginning and understand what are the filters, what are the categories that are needed, why do you need particular groups to adopt the platform, and what are the costs if they don't? And then ongoing measurement of that success. I know a lot of these can be buzzwords, but the market has told us that we've excelled in this area, and it's something that we could deliver for your team to leverage more insights. So now, enough PowerPoints, enough of that, and let's head to a actual demonstration of the capabilities so that you can see these come to life and envision how it might work for your company to leverage more insights.
Thanks for the intro, Brandon. So let's then dive right into exploring how Stravito exactly helps to leverage more of your insights. So what you can see here is the login portal of Stravito. Now you can see it's in our lovely Stravito purple. This, of course, can be customizable to your organization, whether it's like our clients Danone in their lovely blue. It's completely up to you. And I'll also be logging in with my email and password, but of course we can optimize with your single sign-on, so it won't be another login to remember. And also, what's important to mention, we are ISO 27001 certified, so all of your valuable research will be secured within Stravito. Now, as we log into the platform, we get taken directly to Stravito's homepage. Now, this is somewhere that you can log into to get up to date on the latest insights and research that are going on across the organization. And importantly, all of this is personalized depending on what role you're in, your team, your region. So you're really getting that relevant content right there on the homepage and have somewhere you can go to get the latest of the latest research. Now, so what I'd like to start off with, in fact, is our search. as that is how 70% of our users start off with inside Stravito. So let's take the example that I'm an insights manager and I'm actually here as I'm working on gathering what we already know on personalization for customer loyalty. So first things first, I want to get all the research we already have before we go out and have to buy new research, for example. So I'll come into Stravito and then I'll type in my search query of personalization for customer loyalty. And you can immediately see that Stravito is coming up with some search suggestions. So based on the context provided beforehand and what could be good search directions to go in to find more research, as well as some immediate top matches and titles and tags. So if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can go straight to it. But now with my search, what Stravito is doing is by using natural language processing and AI, it's deep searching through all of the available information and surfacing those relevant results for me here. Now, whether those be internal reports and videos, collections, which I will elaborate on in a moment, links, or here we've got some integrations. So here we've got dashboards. So for example, Power BI or Tableau, as well as those third-party research sources. So with one search, you're able to find everything your organization has, and you're really able to leverage those insights. Now, what you can see here as well is we've got these various filters. Now, these filters will in fact be completely customized to your organization's unique needs. Now, also with these filters, which can be used to narrow down results, what's important to note is all of the content in Stravito is automatically categorized to these filters. There's no need to log it when you upload to log on and tweak the tags and make those what year it's in. We do that all automatically for you to make it as easy as possible to get that information out there. So I could use these to narrow down the results, but what I also want to draw your attention to is our sort by best match. So here you can see that we've sorted by best match. And not only does this take into consideration, of course, which reports best match the search query, but it also takes into consideration what when it was recently added, how many people have been reading it, who's the individual searching, what region are they in, what teams are they in. So you're really ensuring that relevant content is right there at the top. And then to go beyond that, to make sure that your organization is getting the information that they need, we also have this endorsed feature. So insight leaders can endorse content, making it rise to the top of the search results. So also then your colleagues can recognize, hey, so this report has been marked as endorsed. It's probably important for me to check out. So that's a nice way of making sure they get the insights they need. Now, looking at this report, what I can then do, as it indeed looks interesting for my project, I can then check out these relevant pages. So Stravito goes beyond just finding the right report. We also identify where in the report are the insights that you need. So I can here take a snippet and look at the various pages. And then as this indeed looks interesting, I can click directly on those pages and go straight to it within the report. So here you can also see we've got some commenting that we can view. I can skip to the other highlighted tab pages here. So I'm easily able to leverage these insights as I can pull them straight away. And then I can check out here, the other page. And of course, I can go back to all pages. And what we also have are key findings. So key findings are also automatically extracted and identified by Stravito when content is added, along with the automatic categorization, as well as the methodology. So not only are you able to pull the answers that you need, but you're also able to go straight to the key findings. So not only do you get your answers, but the whole picture of the entire report. Now, what I can do is I can take a look at these pages. This one here looks pretty interesting as well. And I'm in fact working on this with my lovely colleague, Brandon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tag him here again. So I can just type Brandon Beacon. I can say, hey, this page is also crucial for our research. And then he will immediately get notified and can go straight to that page and access that. So it's also a really nice, easy way to find those insights and collaborate with your colleagues. Now, this has reminded me as well that I've recently received a notification from Brandon as he tagged me in a report as well earlier today. So here I can see in my inbox, I've got Brandon mentioned you in a comment. Check out these shifts identified to make personalization more personal. So I can go ahead and read the report right here, and I get taken straight to it. And here I can immediately see his comment. And then I can see here we've got 3 major shifts that will make personalization more personal. So it talks about physical spaces and fierce scale, and I can immediately pull those here. So now we're easily able to collaborate on that research. Now what I can already see is I've got more than one report. So this is where we have our collections come into play, as you want somewhere that we can easily gather this research and share it. So what I'll do is I'll drag and drop my report as such, and then I create a collection. So here I'm going to call it personalization for customer loyalty. And then I can add a description. So in fact, this is one of our objectives for Q1 for 2022. So I'm going to just inform that as such. Research for Q1 objectives. So my colleagues know what this is about. And then I have the option of collection visibility. So these collections where you gather your research, you can keep hidden. So if it's perhaps a work in progress or a private reading list, then I'd recommend you keep it as hidden. Or it could be then made public, meaning that it comes up in the search results. So as this is indeed a important target for more than just my team, but quite a few of the others, I'm going to make it public. So when other people also do this search, they can leverage the work I've already done of gathering this research. And then I just create it as so. I can then go ahead and add a few more reports. Let's say, so I know Brandon recommended this one. I can then check out the relevant pages here. Now I can see on various pages. And this looks interesting as well. So I'm going to drag and drop that straight into my collection. I can check out this one if we've got anything interesting as well. You can see we're pulling all of those. And you see here we're identifying reliance, so to do with customer loyalty. This speaks back to when Brandon was mentioning our smart search. So not only are you having to use the exact same words as the author, but we can recognize synonyms. And of course, we can do this to your organization's unique taxonomy as well. So if you have any of those internal acronyms or unique product names, we can make sure that Stravito recognize them. So you can have a custom search for your organization. And then I can drag and drop that also into my collection. So now let's say I just want to check out what videos we have available. So another content type. And we do the exact same in videos as we do in reports, whereby we can identify those precise moments in the video that are relevant to the search query. So you can see here at the various moments. And we do this by automatically transcribing the entire video, and not just the audio, but also the text in the background. So here you can read, consider personalization from your customer's perspective. So we've read this text, and then we can point you to that moment. So for example, perhaps a video like our webinar now, or another long masterclass online, you can upload these, and then you can search for those precise moments in the video that are relevant to what you're looking for. So it can really save you time without necessarily having to watch through hours of video when you don't know what you're looking for within it. So then I can go ahead and just drag and drop that easily into my collection. I can then check out what links we have. So these are links to articles online that you can then make searchable for your colleagues. So perhaps it's an interesting news report that's come out, some competitive intel. You can link that in the platform, and then when people search, they can come across these. So here I see product personalization and customization, the key to a millennial consumer's heart. And I'm immediately at that page. And here I can see it's talking about the shift to consumer expectation, the answer, product personalization and customization, which indeed is related for our project. So I can just drag and drop that into my collection as so. And then let's say that as I see they're talking about millennial consumers, and that is an important segment for our business, I just want to quickly pull what more information we have on specifically millennial consumer behavior. So I will come in and just adjust my search. Now I can immediately see, so we still have that same article, but we've also got some dashboards. Now, this is a direct integration, in this case with Power BI, and then we make those searchable too. So there's no having to log into some folder system and log out and go log into Power BI, but you can access everything here in your one-stop shop for insights. So all of it's getting used and nothing is left behind. And then I can view this and indeed just add it directly into my collection. And now let's say I just want to check out some third-party research sources, and then I can easily, just like everything else, drag and drop that straight into my collection. So those are some of the ways that you can quickly find all of the information that you're looking for. So now I'm sure you're curious what this collection looks like. So when we jump into it, you can immediately see all of the information that I've added. I can here invite my colleagues to work on this with me. So as I'm working on this with Brandon, I want to add him to it. And by adding him as so, he will get notified by email that he's been invited to work on this with me. And then he can go into, you always have the option if you want to make it public or if you want to keep it hidden. And then you can also add sections. So perhaps you have some text or your perspective on it. You can add those too. And then you can search within the collection. But then my personal favorite part about collections is our recommendations. So we take a look at all of the content that you add into your collection and what other content you have remaining that you haven't used yet that could be relevant. Really trying to ensure that you're leveraging all of your insights and you're not missing out on anything important. So then here I can see we've got pandemic effects, UK shift in consumer priorities. That looks interesting. So I can just add that directly as so. So we kind of like to think of these as like playlists in Spotify. So recommending new music, we can recommend you new research. And then, as I mentioned earlier, as this is quite an important topic, not just for my team, but across the organization for our goals for Q1, I then want to promote this. So as you saw earlier, we had the home view where you can get the latest insights. I want to promote this right there, and then I can promote it to featured. And then I have the option, if I want to promote it to everyone, perhaps a specific team, then you can choose so here. And then it will be made available right there on the home page. So there's really that self-service of insights for all those who want to get up on it. As I'm sure you know, self-service access to vetted insights, so vetted by me in this case, is crucial for insights democratization and making it as easy to consume as possible. So hopefully this has given you a good snippet into the capabilities of Stravito. As you can see, I believe it's about 15 minutes, how much you could have get done and gathered all that research. If you ever want to know more on uploading, promoting insights, notifications, and engagement, we'll always be happy to show you more. But I will hand it back over to you, Brandon.